start legs up, something. It can be a wall. If you don't have any wall space, you could do the length of your bed if there's some floor space to fit you. A couch. You could lay on the floor and put your legs wide on a couch. You could even bend your knees. There's some support there, or even behind the couch. There's a dog in your way. So wherever we're choosing, scoot yourself up to that space. If legs straight up feels better, and you can go back and forth between these, but if legs straight up feels good, stay here for a while, and then start to just walk your legs out, feet wider, 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 as it's acceptable to your body. Arms go to where they're comfortable. Close your eyes. Draw a deep breath in so big that it expands your chest and it presses into your back and through the side body, through the ribs. And as you exhale, you can feel the exhale. You can feel your body just release the day. We're going to stay here for a while. Again, if it feels too much on the legs being wide, just narrow your stance. See if you can relax the legs so you're not having to put a whole lot of effort into it. And then mentally, we are tuning into our breath. Listening to the pull of the breath in through the nose, down the throat, wherever it expands into the body. To the exhale, the pressing out of the breath, the letting go, the giving yourself permission to let go, to release. To be free. After we've taken these several rounds of breath, take a moment to check in with yourself. In this moment, what is your energy level? In this moment, what is your mood? How are you feeling? Where are your thoughts? And we do this check-in without judgment, without a story to go behind. It's just where we are. It's just checking in. It's just knowing this is where I am in this moment. And it can change in the next moment. So we have to keep checking in. Give yourself permission to feel how you feel. for a few more rounds of breath, and if it's becoming too much for the legs, or maybe you feel like, oh, I could really go wider. But again, if it's too much, shorten the stance. Shorten the distance between the feet. Can your breath get bigger, deeper, fuller? Could you breathe all the way down to your toes? If your legs are still wide, slowly and with control, start to bring the feet in a little bit closer, a little bit closer, a little bit closer until the feet come together. Give that space 3 breaths. As you exhale all the breath out, walk your feet in so that the knees come into the chest. You might feel like you need to move away a little bit from the wall or the couch or wherever you are. And then again, you might need to move away a little bit. Let the legs drop over to the right.
Oh, excuse me, girl.
And the knees can be bent, or you could straighten out your legs, or some sort of configuration of both, and maybe your gaze goes over to the left. And then you can use the wall to walk your feet back up, and then take it over to the other side. And then again, whatever feels best. Straight legs, bent legs, one of each. Gaze goes to the right. You can walk your feet back up the wall. Give yourself one more hug, gentle rock side to side. And then shimmy yourself away from the wall a little bit. Or the couch. And then we will make our way around the dog to all fours. So really slowly, take your time doing it. I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit. Take your time getting away from your support and find your way to hands and knees. And then as we make it to hands and knees, spread your fingers really wide, gently round your back. So minimal effort in this cat. It doesn't have to be your biggest cat. It shouldn't be your biggest cat. And then my toes are topped. Pull your hips back towards your heels if that works, staying in cat. And you can come in and out of it a couple times, just stretching out your back as you pull your hips to your heels. And then inhale, coming forward, shoulders over the wrists. Untuck, if it feels good, keep them tucked. Cow, let your shoulders squeeze back, pull back, open chest. Lift your tail, open the sitting bones. And then exhale again, round your spine, hug your navel in, let your head go. Pull the hips to the right, and then as if they're moving towards the back of your mat. And then come back all the way to center. Pull your hips to the left, and then back, back, back. Grip your fingers. And then pull yourself back to center. And then just do that a few times. So we're pulling back as far as you can go. Maybe your butt hits your heel. And then over to the other side. Notice what's going on in your body as you move. There's no space that you're supposed to be in. There's no level of this. It's just listen to your body. What works for it, what's good for it, what's not so much in this moment good for it. Let's stay away from the stuff that we don't need, that doesn't help. And then as you pull back to center, tuck the toes, hug the navel in, hover the knees, and then just pull back to your bent knee down dog. And with bent knees, have the feet a little bit wider, have your hands wide, melt your heart. So the bend of the knees, maybe you can bring your upper body to rest or push into your lower, into your thighs. And that in itself creates a little bit of a support system. You might even shorten your dog some to do that. Maybe you can use a little bit less of your hands and your shoulders when you do that. Lifting your hips, lifting your sitting bones, opening the sitting bones. So active through that area. Feet feel like they're kind of pressing out to the sides of the mat too. You can get the legs really working. Breathe into it. And out of it. Child's pose. Drop your knees wide or together. What's good? Hands by your ankles, forehead down. Find that same deep, big breath. You can feel the inhale move into every part of the body. You can feel your exhale release the physical, release the mental. Extend the arms forward. Let your hips slide to the left a little bit. Walk your hands to the right. Maybe your right hand grabs your left wrist, and can you find the opposition there? So your hips are pulling one direction, and that right hand is helping to pull the left hand just a little bit more. We let the head, neck, the shoulders be soft. We breathe in. We breathe out. Back to center. Hips slide to right, hands walk to left. Now maybe the left hand grabs the right. And you feel the opposition. Both ends are doing a little bit of something in order to stretch out the middle. Head, neck, shoulders soft. Come back to center. Rise up, hands and knees. Bent knee, down dog. Pull the hips up and back. Left leg, I would bring my feet in a little bit closer to help. Left leg reaches to the sky. And then spin the toes to the left. So we've got the inner thigh opening up a little bit. Continue to keep the bend in the right knee and see if instead of bringing the weight into your shoulders, you can keep pulling your hips back and like you're stamping that left heel, just this big mighty stretch. And then maybe the left heel can lift a little bit higher towards the sky. Feel the outer edge of the hip, maybe too much. And then go ahead and bend the left knee and go for a big circle. Bring the left knee in towards your belly, out to the side, up and around. 2 or 3 of these, the shoulders are not collapsing, the fingers are strong, and then reverse it, take it in the opposite direction. And then straighten that left leg straight back, hug the front ribs in, keep pushing through the left heel, exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Take your left hand up to the sky, big open twist, let your right ear dip to the right shoulder, breathe. Reach the left hand towards the back of the mat, maybe with the palm up to the sky, see how that is in the neck and the shoulders, breathe. Circle the left arm back to the sky, and then as it comes forward towards the front of the mat, bring the left hand on the inside of your left foot, and then just walk your hands to a wide leg. Let your head and neck go. If you've got a block, maybe this is where you rest your forehead on a book, a block, a pillow. And we're just gonna hang out here. So basically what we were doing on our backs, we now take to the sky. So the hips are high, the legs are active, but now we're letting our torso relax. You can give small movements, you can stay perfectly still. Are you breathing? Can you feel the inhale move into the body? Can you feel the exhale move out of the body? Knees could be soft. Open the sitting bones. Relax your jaw. Half lift with the inhale. Fold as you exhale. Half lift on the inhale. Walk to the right. Frame the right foot. You're in a lunge. In and out of the right leg a couple times. Bend and straighten. Be on blocks if you need some blocks or books or weights. Bend back into the right knee. Soften the left knee down and just scoot that right leg back to meet your left. And as you get there, take your knees a little bit wider and start to circle your hips all the way around. So knees wide, toes might even touch, hips move. The further forward you roll it, you'll feel it more in your shoulders, chest, or wrists. So mindful. Switch up the direction. Maybe you've switched up the hands so the fingertips face your knees. You're moving with your breath. Find your way back to hands and knees. Tuck your toes, hug the navel, and hover the knees. Bent knee back, down dog. Wiggle it out. Left leg to the sky. Stay with the left. Left leg to the sky. Spin the toes to the left. Don't shorten. So notice your right side. If you lift your left leg, you shorten the right side body. Can you stay centered, hug the navel in, and lift the left leg? Bend the knee, open up your hip. One big circle in and around. Reverse that circle, opposite direction, in and around. Knee to your nose, step the foot between the hands. Take your left hand to the sky, big stretch, big opening. Left hand to the back of the mat, let your right ear drop to the shoulder. Left hand on the inside, walk it over wide leg. Breath in, find length. Breath out, find fold. One more, inhale, lengthen, lift the sitting bones. Exhale to fold. Walk it around to the right leg. Bend into the knee, lift the heart. Straighten the leg, pull it back. Bend into the knee, lift the heart. Straighten it, pull it back. Bend into the right knee, hug your navel and squeeze. So the right hip back, left hip forward. Think cat, step back, down dog. Bent knee, down dog. Inhale, look at your belly button. Roll forward to plank, shoulders over the wrist. Then the gaze goes forward. Exhale, child's pose. Pull your hips back. Interlace the fingers behind you. Move your fist away from you. And let the fist rock from left to right and right to left. If you needed to not interlace the fingers or grab a towel instead, all of those are good things. Hands extend forward, rise up all fours. Tuck your toes, hug the navel in, bend knee down dog. Stretch it out. Breathe. Right leg to the sky. Left knee's bent, so we've got this support going on. Spin the toes of the right to the right and see about lifting it up without shortening the left side body. And the left leg can be straight, but you want to hug your ribs in. Your left knee can be bent. And then can you squeeze? Squeeze through the glute, lift that right heel just a little bit higher, and then bend the knee. And then now big circles. Reverse those circles. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Ground through the left hand, square off the hips, right hand to the sky. Breathe into your twist. Right hand can go towards the back of the mat. Oh, left ear to the left shoulder. My right palm is up, so the shoulder is opening up. Feels good. Do the same. And then as you stretch the arm towards the front of the room, square off your shoulders to the ground, bring it on the inside of the right foot, walk it wide. Here we are again for a little while. So again, if you want the block underneath your forehead, maybe the interlacing of the hands behind the head, and use that as a weight. As many moves that feel good, or just total stillness, feeling and listening to the breath. A few more. Let what you have go. Lift up your heart. Fold. Lift up your heart. Walk to the left, framing the left foot. And here you go, nice and long with the left leg. Stretch it out. Stay still. Keep moving back and forth. Use blocks. Use books. Right knee softens to the ground. Left leg just meets the right. Here we go again with the knees wide and start to circle around. Now maybe these circles can get a little bit bigger, like almost an up dog as you move forward. Lift the heart, let the hips dip, pull around. And then reverse your circle. Knees don't have to stay connected to the ground. Doesn't have to be a full circle. Maybe it is an up dog. Maybe you just let the feet extend out and you're lifting the heart. Child's pose. Exhale. Inhale, rise up all fours. Tuck the toes, hover the knees, pull it back to down dog. Wiggle the hips out. Right leg to the sky, spin the toes to the right, lengthen the left side body, hug the ribs in, bend the knee and open. Just one circle each direction. Pull it in and around, in and around. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands. Inhale, right hand to the sky. And exhale, right hand towards the back of the mat. And inhale to the front. Right hand comes in, go wide, lift. Let it all go. Exhale, fold. Lift. Exhale, fold. Last one, lift. Walk it to the top. Exhale. In and out of the left leg. Breathe it in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. Exhale. Square off the hips, hug the navel in, step back, down dog. Bent knee, down dog. Look at your belly button. Think cat. Roll forward to plank. Inhale. We lower down, belly, chest to the ground. Exhale. Wiggle yourself out a little bit. Bring the hands lower than the ribs. So as the feet press into the ground, quads contract, engage, hug the low belly and the navel, pinch the shoulder blades, pinch the elbows, and can all of that lift your chest? Very little with the hands, right? Breathe in. Lots of leg power. Breathe out. Push up, inhale. Pull back, child's pose. Exhale. One breath in. One breath out. Rise up all fours, inhale. Tuck the toes, hug the navel in, down dog, exhale. Left leg to the sky, spin the toes to the left, bend the knee. Exhale, bring it around, circle. Circle. Step the foot between the hands, breathe it in. Exhale, find your twist. Come to center, flat back on the inhale. Find a fold as you exhale. To the right on the inhale. Straighten the leg as you exhale. Back into the knee, heart lifts, inhale. Find that feeling of squeezing the inner thighs, lifting the right foot, down dog as you exhale, bend the knees big. Think cat to roll out to plank, inhale. Belly and chest to the mat, exhale. From your legs, pinch the shoulder blades, baby cobra, inhale. Lower down, exhale. Push back all fours to child's pose, breathe it in. Just stay. One more. Let it go. Hands and knees, tuck the toe, hover to find that bent knee down dog. Exhale, let it all go. Right leg to the sky, right leg. Push the toes to the right, bend and open. Take it for a big circle. Switch it up. Inhale the foot forward. Exhale to the twist, right arm to the sky. Inhale, right arm on the inside, find the flat back. Exhale, just fold. Inhale, lift to the left, exhale. Inhale, straight legs. Exhale, bent knees. Pull back, knees straight. Squeeze the inner thighs, step back to down dog. Stay. Think of cat rounding to pull forward. Exhale, belly, chest. From the legs, shoulders back. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Push back all fours. Find your child's pose. Hands by the ankles, let your head go. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. I'm gonna face you, and now as you rise up, lift your chest so you're sitting on your heels. Go all the way up to high shins. Take your right leg off to the side. So toes out as well. Hands to the sky. Breathe it in. Let your right hand come down the leg. Reach up and over through the left. Come back up. Take it a little bit deeper. Come back up. Take it a little bit deeper. Back to center, both hands. And now try to really use your core to almost lift that leg. Shoot it back. Fold. Let your head go. Hands to the sky. Inhale, rise up. So we come to seat. All the way up. And then really again, so now even when you're taking the leg out, think about lifting. Use your core to step the foot out. Let it go over to the left. Breathe in. Go a little bit deeper maybe. Come on up. Use your core. Try to lift the leg. Woo, bring it back, dive down. Hi. Let yourself go. I know. All right, now let's see if we can just keep going with this. Inhale, as you rise up, you're going all the way to high shins, left, right leg out. Exhale, take it over. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, dive. Inhale, all the way up. Left leg, left leg out. Exhale, take it over. Inhale up. Exhale down. A couple more. Inhale up, leg out. Exhale, take it over. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, dive. Inhale, up. Left leg out. Exhale, take it over. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale. One more time each side. Inhale, rise up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Excuse me. Exhale. Stay. Breath in. Let the arms release. Breath out. One more. Let it go. Arms come forward. Rise, hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Hug the navel in. Hover the shins. Bent knee down dog, nice and big. Let's stay with the left leg. Left leg to the sky. Toes to the left. Bend and open. One big circle each direction. Whoosh. Opposite direction. So now continue to bend the knee. Lift the kneecap towards the ceiling. Push your right heel towards the ground. Square off your shoulders and feel like your left toes are, the knees lifting up and the toes are pressing to the right. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Left hand to the sky. Exhale to a fold. Let your head go, grab your ankles. Bend the knees a little bit, squeeze your glutes. Inhale, half rise. So now here, pull the navel in, tail back, heart forward. So you're more in the ball of the foot if that's possible without really using your toes. Like use your legs. And then use your legs, your glutes to rise all the way up, hands to sky. Whew, breathe in, breathe out. Left fingers, find the right in between the shoulder blades, right fingers as well. And then imagine that your hands are lifting your chest up, your heart up. And at the same time, hug the navel in and see if you can lean back. Breathe. One more. Come to center. Left toes spin out. Bend into a warrior two. Inhale, spin the toes forward, lift the heart, the gaze. Exhale, spin the right toes out, warrior two. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to your warrior two. Inhale to center. Exhale to your warrior two. One more each side. Inhale to center. There's a lift. Exhale, there's a grounding. Inhale. Exhale. We meet in center. Inhale, heels in, toes out. Bend into the knees. Wiggle this side to side. So if the hips are super tight and the knees are caving in, maybe the feet are a little bit more parallel. Could you imagine that you're against a wall from your head to your tail? And if your hands came behind you, could you press your legs into your hands? And then that last element, could you squeeze your heels toward each other? Okay, really the last element, could you find some ease? Think of all the things that we need to make this strong and all the things we don't need to make it easy. Breathe in, out, breathe in, out, one more, out. Inhale, up, toes in, heart lifts. Oh, exhale, bend the knees a little bit, dive down, let your head go. Side to side, bend into the right and the left. Walk it to the right. Sink the hips, lift your heart. Straighten your right leg. Hop your left foot, your back foot in closer. Take your feet a little bit wider. So now we're in a pyramid. Lift your heart, try to slide your right hip back, maybe your left hip forward a little bit, let your head go. Hands can walk forward, hands can be on blocks. So imagine, if you can, that your right sitting bone, your right hip, your right butt cheek, whatever clicks in your mind is pulling to the right side of the room. And the left sitting bone, hip, cheek is pulling to the left. So there's this massive separation, trying to make as much space through the low back as possible. You are pressing through the ball of both, the right and your left big toe, the ball of the big toe. And yet the feet are sliding out to the sides as well to help find that space, create that space through the sacrum. And then could you pull your hips back and reach your heart forward on the inhale? And exhale, maybe there's a little bit more depth. And maybe we don't have to think all about all of it as much for the next 2 breaths. Maybe we'll just feel what's there and let go of what we don't need. One more. Bend into the right knee and slide your left leg back, dropping the left knee down. Lift the heart. Push through the toes of your left leg. Inhale, arms to the sky. So big crescent. Exhale, step back to down dog. Wiggle it out. Bent knee down dog. Roll forward. Inhaling to plank. Exhale, belly and chest to the mat. Maybe you can go bigger than baby cobra, but still it's the same. Use the muscles to find it. Lifting. Down dog, exhale. Breath in. Breath out. Right leg to the sky, spin the toes to the right, keep the length and the strength through the center of the body. Bend the knee. And now, as you push through the left heel, lift the right knee high, and imagine your right toes pressing over to the left. Hug the navel in. Big circle, whoosh it around. Whoosh it around. I think I did that in the opposite order, it's okay. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Inhale, twist. Exhale, right to that fold. Knees can bend a little bit. Inhale, half lift, squeeze your glutes, hug the ribs in. Exhale, just fold. Now we're gonna ride that all the way to the top. Inhale, use your legs to come all the way up. Stay for your exhale. Did I say left fingers last time? Right fingers, right fingers come down, left hand. Imagine you're lifting up, even though it's my left hand that's first. And then press your head back. Side to side a little. It's like your hand's giving your heart a little help with a little bit of lift. Woo. Unwind it. We'll go to the right first, warrior two. Inhale, come to center. Left, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, center. Stay on the right, hold. Push through the pinky edge and here the heels squeeze together. Reach the right hand forward, up and over, reverse your warrior. Can you take your left hand to the right thigh? And imagine your left hand's trying to walk to the outer edge of the left thigh, and your right hand's trying to lift up, 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 and then back. And then let your right arm come to the inside. So it's either the arm or maybe you're thinking about your elbow pulling to the inside and stretch the left arm up and over. Keep squeezing those heels together, soft through the toes. Press through the right heel, toes in, heart lifts. There's the breath. Exhale, warrior two to the back, or to the left, just to the other side. Hey, side. All right, same thing. So you're reaching forward and up. And this up is important because it helps to get you out of your pelvis and back. And then maybe the right hand just can touch the inner thigh, can touch the low belly to really remind it to activate, or maybe it can come to the outside of the left thigh. Now, if you're doing this and your right knee has caved in, don't do it. Or just check, can you do both of us at the same time? Breathe. And then as we come out of it, we've got this twist through our rib cage. The hips pull back as the elbow taps down or the hand extends. When we're using those mighty legs. Breathing all the while. Inhale, rise up, toes in, heart lifts. Exhale, goddess pose. Inhale, toes in, heart lifts. Exhale, goddess pose. Two more, breathe. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Just fold, exhale, let it all go. Half lift on the inhale. Frame the left foot. Hop the right foot in closer. Lift up through the heart, so the left hip pulls back. The right hip pulls forward. There's a hug of the navel. And then find that fold in your pyramid. Again, feet can be a little bit wider. Now that visual of your butt. I'm a 5-year-old. Visual of your bottom. So the left sitting bone pulling to the left, the right sitting bone pulling to the right. The feet, ball of the big toe, toes are soft. Find space and then release. And just be here, breathe. bend into the left. Scoot your right leg back. Press through the toes. Squeeze the inner thighs, rise up big. Inhale, lift as you reach back. Exhale, hands down, right knee lifts. Step back to down dog, bend the knees. Roll out to plank with the inhale. Belly and chest to the ground, exhale. From your legs, hug the navel, shoulders back. Maybe it's something bigger. Exhale, child's pose. Pull the hips back. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Down dog. Right leg rises. Right leg. Bend the knee and open. Exhale, shin forward. Half pigeon. So stay here for a sec. If you're on the left leg instead, it doesn't matter. Attempt to lift the chest, to pull the right hip back a little bit, the left hip forward, to breathe. If this isn't working, if you'd rather be on your back or seated in a number 4 or the wall, all is well. And then maybe you can come down. Keep pulling the right hip back. There's some engagement, always a little bit of support. Check in. What is this moment? With care, rise up. I should have done the left leg first. Roll over to your right sitting bone. Oh, all the way so that you can actually be seated. So your left leg might have to come in some to make that happen. You might need to find your block or a pillow to sit on. Left hand to the sky, takes it to the outside of the right thigh. Get tall first and root through your left sitting bone, and then exhale to a twist. Move through the head if that's what you need. Keep working the abdominals for the twist. Possibly. Push the left hand into the thigh, reach your right arm up, up, up to the sky, and then up and over. So my left hand is actually pushing the right thigh away. Chin can tuck, you can look down if it's too much on the neck, breathe. Use your right side body to pull you up, plant the hand behind you, maybe you just look up and over, maybe you roll to the shin. Oh, and breathe. Roll back down, place the hands into the ground, tuck the left toes, use your core to hug the right knee in, step back to plank. Breathe. Exhale, lower down. Press through the toes, hug the navel in. Lift up to baby cobra. And then lift the hands, legs are strong. Maybe reach the hands back. Maybe you're lifting the legs, maybe you're not. Exhale, let it go. Bend the knees, rock side to side. Mindfully hug the navel in, tuck the toes, pull the hips back. Shoulders over the wrist, hug the navel in, hover the knees, bent knee down dog. Left leg rises, bend and open. bring it in. Before you really come into it, can you lift your heart, square off the hips a bit? Any other position that feels better than this that's needed. And then maybe you find your way down. Keep pulling the left hip back, the right hip forward, engagement through the pelvic floor. Breath. Let any stress through your jaw, your shoulders. Let it go. Hug the navel in, slowly come up. Ooh. Ooh, roll over. Roll over to your left and your right cheek. Bring the right foot in as much as you need. Okay. So we get tall, root down through this right sitting bone, right hand outside of the left leg. Lift the heart. Move through the head. Just keep feeling that it's not all of a sudden in your left cheek. There's just as much grounding, anchoring through the right. And then perhaps, so my right hand's not only gonna push down, but it's also gonna push down and away. And the left hand's gonna reach up, up, up. There's this twist as you perhaps arc over. Whew, and there is a necessary big breath. Gaze goes to where it's working for you. Breathe. A little bit tight. Breathe. Breathe. And pull yourself up. Whew. Left hand can come behind you. Maybe this is enough. Maybe we swirl it around. And we find that back bend. Come back down to, yeah, I guess I should do that core. Never mind. Bring your hands down, tuck the right toes. Oh, get in. Find your plank. Find your breath. One more inhale. Down dog, exhale. Bend your knees. Wiggle your hips. And then just gonna come to our bottom. So you can slide your knees towards your hands, roll over to one side, and find a seat. Legs go straightish, so they're forward. Whether the knees are bent or not is really a comfort, or a body, like, are you even able to do that? Your hamstrings open enough? Bent knees is great. So I think sitting bones opening again. Lift the heart. Oh, we've got that support shelf if the knees are bent, that you can bring your upper body to meet your lower body. And you could come out a little bit more if your body is willing. Oh. Oh. Breathe into whatever's talking to you. Rise up or stay there for much longer. Okay, hands come behind, feet come in. Give it a little bit of a wiggle, reset. I feel like my face has been on a frown the whole time. Oh, it feels great. Shoulders back, heart high. Hug the navel in, press down, lift to your biggest lift. Hips pull to the heels. Hug the knees in. Oh, roll down. I'm gonna do a supported bridge. You can do this with a block, with a couch cushion, with a few stacked pillows. If you wanna do active bridge or wheel, that's fine. So again, always press through, find the backside engagement to lift, and then take it to what feels comfortable. The block goes underneath the sacrum. The sacrum is that flat bone that's above the tailbone. Like you can feel that you're supported on the bone. Knees can be bent. You might try one leg straight and then switch them out. If it's good in your body, you could do both legs straight. That might be way too intense. Arms, the more we go back, the more we can open through the chest. So we have this block to support us. So let your body become heavy over it. Be supported. How often do you let yourself be supported? How often do you take help? How often do you ask for help? So here's your practice. Ask your pillow for help. And then totally take full use of it. In this moment, what can you let go of? You can definitely stay here longer. I'm going to stay on the block. It is less of a balance challenge if you lower it a little bit. I don't have that kind of energy to even fuss with it. So bring one knee in and then the other one in, and right here is good. I like to find the edge of the block and wiggle around some on it for some release. And then you can take the legs up to the sky. Circle your ankles around. This could be up against a wall. This could be any inversion you wanted to do, including just staying where you are in that supported bridge. And definitely bend the knees. You can use your hands as some support. And then your shoulders are going to get tired. It's easier if you're able to do it like this. But my block's too high, see? Mess it all up. There you go. Big breath in, big breath out. Bring the knees in. Feet down to the ground. Slide the block out. Gently let the knees go to one side. center, bringing the knees into the chest for a big hug. May need to be a happy baby or anything else. Hugging knees into the chest. Can you give yourself a squeeze, lifting your shoulders? Breathing in. And then gently letting go, setting up for your Shavasana. Pillows, blocks, legs up against the wall. Close your eyes. Follow your breath. Do your best to let everything else go. Keep coming back to how the breath sounds, how the breath feels in the body, moving in and out of the body. Letting everything else go. Flow moves through fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Knees can begin to rock from side to side. And your easiest path to seated. As you make it there. Any last moves? To find that tall spine. Hands to heart, one on top of the other, pausing with the breath and the heartbeat. Checking in with how you are in this moment. Thanking yourself for taking this time to create the space to be able to check in. Biggest breath in as the palms come together. Let it all go. Thank you for practicing. Namaste. Have a fantastic day, evening, morning. See you later.